there's all sorts of food. That's probably the best thing. If you love fish, this is your mission. I love fish. So I was really excited to see that was going to be part of my main diet. I'll buy the fish here, it's all filleted and cut up. Over there, you eat like the whole fish. So you got the scales, you peel off everything. And, that's a big part of the culture. They have like prehistoric fish out there that you eat. One of them is called pirarucu. It's amazing. The bones in there aren't like the little tiny like bones you have in the fish here. Basically, it's like a chicken bone. You just pull it out. That's it. So it's really easy to eat that fish. Everything else you'll get used to. And for some reason, Brazilians love to eat with a spoon in my mission. I don't know why, but the spoon was like the main thing. They'll have forks, they'll have knives, but they'll give you the spoon. And I remember, my companion telling me, you don't understand Portuguese all the way still. I could get around. And he's like, yeah, we're going to this member's house. And he was just concerned that I was going to be picky about the food. And I think that's one thing everyone needs to be aware of, that everyone here doesn't have the best means, but they give you the best they have. And so my first lunch, that's the biggest meal in Brazil, is going to be lunch. Breakfast you eat on your own, lunch is provided by the members, and then dinner you either eat yourself or you don't. Usually I'd never ate dinner until I got home around 9 o'clock. We made a little something, that was it. But I guess going on a tangent, my story. So I get there, he was telling me beforehand, hey, these members are really poor. Just, make sure you eat everything because it's offensive if you don't finish what they give you. And just be mindful that they're poor and they're giving us the best. And he's Brazilian, so it's hard to maybe understand. So what happened was, I see this tiny, I don't know what kind of fish it was. I think it was a sardine or something. This tiny fish, a bowl of beans, and another small bowl of rice, literally about this size. And so we're sitting there, and my first impression was, man, I am going to lose some weight. If that's all I'm eating is that little fish, that tiny bowl. And that bowl was for me and my companion. And so I was a little worried. But they had something called farofa, or farinha. It's kind of like cornmeal, like the texture. Really big, the morsels. And they add that to the poor people. I mean, everyone eats it, but typically it started with poor people that didn't have the means, and they would add that as a filler, and so that's what you ate with everything. And so your beans and rice, and the beans, they had something called feijoada, which has a lot of pig feet, pig nose, ears, but typically that's rare if you have ears. And I mean, I don't know, at least in our mission, you sometimes get it, sometimes you don't. Something called sharky, which is some sort of fat that they put in there. I forget what kind of meat it is. I read on the label and it said horse meat at first, but maybe I was wrong, but that was in there. That's pretty much it. I left, and we were very grateful. You leave a message every time you sit down with the members. They always expect a little something from you, a little spiritual thought, and then you leave. The best part about it was about 2 weeks later, I can understand a little bit more. The members were like, so how did you like the food at church? And I said, oh, it was great. I'd love to eat there some other time. It's like, yeah, I noticed you didn't eat very much. I was like, I ate the whole thing. In my mind, I said. And I was like, well, to be honest, I just, I didn't want to eat the whole meal because they weren't sitting there at the table. I forgot to mention that. It was just for us. And I thought they already ate, or I wanted to leave some over for them. But they told me, no, we actually had pots and pots full of food right in the kitchen. We just set some out just for you guys right now. I was like, oh my gosh, no way. I was starving that night. And so, yeah, they had all sorts of fish, all sorts of beans and rice, same kind of food, but all I ate was like half whatever was left on there.